Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today we're going to be talking about Powerbridge. In this video we're going to dive towards due diligence, technical analysis, and what we can think about this one. So PBTS, let's jump right into this one. So Powerbridge identifies itself as a growth-driven technology company, is primarily engaged in Powerbridge SaaS solutions and Powerbridge blockchain applications and cryptocurrency mining. So for Bitcoin mining, they plan to continue increasing their Bitcoin miners with an expected capacity of around 10,000 miners and an expected hash rate of around 728 PHs per second. Ethereum mining, they strive to become one of the leading publicly listed companies in Ethereum mining with a capacity expected to reach hash rate of 1960 gigahertz per second. Now for SaaS, they have Internet of Things platform or IoT. So our IoT platform is designed for a series of smart solutions for municipal governments, including municipal parking. Cross-border e-commerce platform. So our platform enables all global trade players, including cross-border e-commerce operators and businesses logistics. Now, in terms of the news, there are a few ones. I'm just gonna right away just read the highlights, just because these go all the way back since 8 October, all the way back to April 2019. So first off, it's Powerbridge Technology establishing cryptocurrency miner fleet for Bitcoin and Ethereum in Hong Kong. Powerbridge Technology also announces Power Crypto Holdings appointing blockchain expert Xin X Wang as the general manager and the CTO. And they also appointed influential blockchain expert Jan Sun to its board of directors. And they also enabled supply chain transparency and traceability with blockchain technology. And they also signed an agreement for 5,600 Bitcoins and Ethereum mining machines all the way back in 25th of August. And you're able to see that they are really diving from SaaS to blockchain at a very increased rate. Now, another thing that we do want to take a look at is institutional buyers and insiders. Before doing so, don't forget to drop a like to this video if you've enjoyed it so far, and click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner with notifications on. You can join our Discord totally free in the description below, but there's no pressures on that. In terms of institutional buyers, we don't see any institutional record in terms of ownerships for this company. PBTS again, Powerbridge Technologies. And in terms of insiders, we don't have that information at all at this point. In terms of short interest ratio though, however, we have 0.26 days to cover as the short interest ratio, with the dark pool short volume being around 6.265 million shares. Around 42% of the entire shares is going to the short selling side. As of 27 minutes ago, there's only 10,000 short shares available to short sell. These are ones that are not borrowed and returned. And there's currently a short borrow fee rate of only around 14%, so it's not that significant at this point. Now, let's move on towards technical analysis. But before then, again, just a quick thing. The short interest or short flow is currently at 32.47 at a shares flow of 7.90. This is a recipe for disaster if you're short selling. So please be very careful if you're doing so, because 32.47 plus a very small shares flow, that can easily hit a squeeze for short sellers, and you don't want that. Well, I mean, depending on what side you are. If you're on the long, you would love that. If you're on the short, you might lose your house. Let's move on towards technical analysis. In terms of technical analysis, what we're seeing here is that the moving averages are starting to look really interesting onto this one. Now things are curving back upwards, which is really nice. The price point is actually above the 50 SMA for the first time in a while at the 127, suggesting that this price action is somewhat currently bullish. There's 10% only to the day, but it jumped all the way from yesterday at 119 all the way to 193, almost 100% there, perhaps around 80%. So that was a really nice push. It really seen massive resistance during the day and it brought it down. And when we're seeing the average directional index, it's at 1861, suggesting a very strong potential for an uptrend here. It's still not yet confirmed. It's just a potential for this one. Willie %R, which is very similar to the overbought. Yesterday was actually overbought, or sorry, I said very similar to the overbought. I meant to the RSI index. Currently, it is overbought. Today is somewhere closer to neutral. So it's definitely looking a lot better in terms of that kind of momentum. In terms of momentum, again, on MACD, we're seeing a strong push. The reversal was confirmed yesterday on the 21st of October. You get to see it cross towards the positive side. Today, having a really good momentum, a really nice push on the positive side, and that's amazing to see. Momentum itself, you're able to see the momentum is at 0.11, positive side. It's been negative for the longest time, and the last time it was positive was on the 12th of August. So it's a good refresher to see back on the positive side, and that is a bullish thing. Now, in terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, what we do get to see is that they're all kind of pinpointing upwards. For the stochastic fast, it is the %D fast and %K slow. So that's a good thing. However, you're able to see that one of them, the %K fast on the stochastic fast, is a little bit dipping down, suggesting that, well, be careful of pullbacks because this would test the support. And on the other part, volumes are the second highest ever volume recorded, and that's a bullish thing on its own. And the biggest thing we need to take care of is the Bollinger Bands. We're able to see they're kind of starting to curve upwards. We needed to do that. But if the volumes on Monday drop like we did on the 13th of August, you're able to see a lot of selling activity that happened on the next day. So we need volumes to kind of catch on, but we didn't really see this massive candle. A lot of this red candle action merged into this would have been a massive green candle and brought this down. So you might be able to stabilize at this price and establish a really good support. Now, on Fibonacci retracements, there are some key resistances you need to take care of, such as the $3, $4.27, $5.30, and $6.33. But we need to first take a look at price line actions of supports and resistances. First off, very, very strong resistance at the 135, and another one here at the 148, going higher to the 160, and then up to 177, and then up towards 218, 237, around 269, and 305. Support levels, though, are a few of them, such as the 127 level, and then downwards to the 120, going downwards to the 110, or 12, my bad, 105 and 95 cents. Now, there has been a lot of activity earlier on in today. You get to see it started off, skyrocketed in the first hour to 193, and then just continued to drop downwards. Now, that on its own is kind of a bearish trend, but it almost flagged as a bullish flag. So that's kind of a double-edged sword. Now, what do I think is going to happen here? It got to stay above the 125. If it does break that 125, you're going to be in trouble. It was currently going on an uptrend a little. Someone must have on retail try to pump this one while it's on upwards, and it really sped the moment on, and sellers came in and sold and pushed the price downwards. So you gotta think about what's the next step. Well, it's very obvious that these people are really into the cryptocurrency mining operations. They might raise some money towards that. Short interest is high, around 30% with a very short float. It's a very dangerous game, and it can easily trigger a short squeeze. So be very careful onto that. But again, short sellers are up for this one. There's higher selling activity onto this. What do you think is going to happen here? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.